So hi everyone, a very good afternoon, and welcome to this Outlook video where I get to share my insights and analysis on the various pairs that I'm looking out for on my watch list this week. So it's the 1st of December, so officially welcome you into the month of December. It is a great month of enjoyment, good vibes, great energy, and let's get to end the year strong. So into the markets, as you can see, I released the previous weekly outlook, and the majority of these pairs that we talked about are still the same ones we're going to talk about, only that we're going to have an additional few other pairs on that. But let's jump into the market and see what you're looking out for. So starting off, we have GBPUSD, a very solid trade that you have here. Targets were hit. This is the first. This zone is where the first target was, of which the target has been hit. We're now seeing a breakout, retest, then continuation scenario. So I'm expecting to see a potential continuation of the rally higher. And the next area of interest is this supply area at 1.33530 areas. Remember, the major range is from this supply. The major range for this is from this supply all the way down to this demand, and also now from this demand all the way to you have the breakout above this, a rally based rally, a breakout, a retest, a continuation of the rally higher. So we have already now gone beyond this range, because now this was a minor range from this demand to this supply back to this demand. Then now we have seen price break above this. So we are looking at potential continuation of the rally higher, and price pushing all the way to the areas of 1.33530 areas. Okay. So let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. But so far, with this kind of momentum that you're seeing here, just expect that price is going to keep pushing higher all the way to these areas of 1.33530 areas. Okay, so we have that on GBP USD. This will have actually been the best area of entry. Then you have your stops below. Then you hold it all the way to this next supply area up here. Okay, so there's that. Then let's have a look at USDCHF. So there is USDCHF. I've been holding this position since last week on Wednesday. I've been holding this position since last week on Wednesday. So I held into the weekend, and today is Monday. So price is still pushing lower. And my anticipation is that you're going to see price push all the way down to these areas of 0.79, let's even call it 0.79 200 or even 100 areas. Remember, again, the working range is from this supply all the way down to this demand, and from this demand all the way back to this supply. That range was filled. So we had the push to the downside, a retest of this, push to the downside, another retest here. So this will have been the most conservative entry to take. Then your stops above, then you're holding this position all the way down to these levels of 0.79, 0.79 100 areas. Okay, so for this one, let's just be patient. Let's keep calm and keep holding those positions for those of us who are in it. If you're not yet in this position, okay, if you're not yet in this position, so if you're not yet in this position, probably just wait for a retracement. But with this kind of momentum, I anticipate to see price keep pushing. With this kind of momentum, I anticipate to see price keep pushing lower. Okay, so this one already, it's already gone. So it's more of just waiting for price to get to the anticipated target areas. Okay. So it's more of just waiting for price to come to the anticipated target levels. Then we have then we have USDCAD. Let's have a look at USDCAD. So for USDCAD as well, also the target was hit on this one. So this is what we are working with. You can see we've had, this is our area of interest, this supply. Okay, so the working range was from this supply all the way down to this demand and back to this supply. That range was filled. So now from this supply, we saw another strong push to this demand. Our target was 1.40,000. The target was already hit. So we are looking at price coming all the way down to. So if we see price break below, I'd expect to see something like this, then a push to the downside to this next demand area. The areas of 1.38, 100 areas based off this. Okay, that is what I'd be looking out for. So I'm closely monitoring to see how price reacts to this. But I'm looking at a bearish scenario. Okay, I'm looking at a very bearish scenario. So we have that on USDCAD. Then we also had NZD USD. There it is, strongly pushing higher. So this is a rally-based rally scenario. So we had the breakout above, retest, continuation of rally higher. I'm expecting to see price come to the areas of 0.58, 0.58, 0.20 areas based off this. Because now the major range is from here all the way down to this demand. And from this demand, the break above, then price coming all the way to this, because this supply was the major origin of this whole drop. You can see from here, the drop till here. Then when price came back to this, now this is where this whole drop originated from, and price pushed all the way down to this next demand down here. Okay, so for this one, I'm waiting to see price push all the way to the areas of 0.58, 0.20. Okay, so we have that. Then we can have a look at US oil. So there is US oil. So I had price tap into this area. So we had price tap into this demand, push a retest, then price pushes higher. So I'll do it to see price come to these highs. Before now, a potential push. The first area of interest will be the highs of 60 points. The first area of interest is the highs of 60.70. The next area of interest is all the way to 61.70 areas, all the way up here. Okay, so there's that. Let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. Then you have UK oil. UK oil. There is UK oil as well. You can see the similarity between both US oil and UK oil in terms of structure and things like that. So finally, the target on this one was 61.60 areas. Now we saw a push to the upside. So what you might see is a slight retracement before a potential push to the upside again. The first areas of interest is these highs. Okay, we have these highs of 65. Okay, this 65. So you have these highs here. And the next area of interest is all the way to these supply at 66.26 or 30, because that is now the full range getting filled up to this area here. All right, so we have that. Then that is US oil, UK oil. Then we can have a look at let's have a look at gold. So there is gold still pushing to the upside. Anticipate to see it keep pushing higher all the way back to the zone where we had the all-time highs. So this levels up here, 43.40 areas, 43.40 or 43.45. So I'm looking at price keep pushing higher all the way back to these levels up here. Okay, so we have that. Then this is let's look at XA silver before having a look at the indices. So there is silver as well. Eventually, has broken above this supply. This is a new high that was formed. This is the new high that was formed here. So what I'll be waiting to see is probably a slight retracement before a potential continuation of the rally higher. Okay, that is on silver. So So now this is the highest it has been. So I'll be looking out for. I'll be looking out for a potential retracement before a continuation of the rally higher. Okay, so there's that. So let's wait and see how price gets to react to this. Then, um, then you can have a look at. Then you can have a look at the indices. You have NAS and US30. Mhm. Let's see, you have NAS and US30. Mhm. There is NAS. Nasdaq. NAS100. Mhm. So there is Nasdaq. So for Nasdaq, I'll be expecting to see price keep pushing higher. So we had the break above this. So I'm looking at a retest before now, a continuation of the rally higher. So I'm looking at price coming back to these all-time highs of 26,200 areas based off these highs. Okay. So 26,200 areas is the key area of interest that I'm looking at price coming to. So you have this. Then because we've broken above this retest and push to the upside. Then if you check out your study as well, if you check out your study, this is what you have on your study. Let's see what you have on your study. So there is your study. So for your static price has broken, you have this kind of scenario. So from this from this demand all the way to these highs, then a retracement to this structure. Okay. Then a push to the upside. Now these new highs, then a strong drop all the way to this, like that. That range was filled. Then now we saw a push to the upside from here all the way to these highs. So I'm looking at a scenario here of a slight retracement, then a potential push to the upside all the way back to these highs of 48,400. Okay. 48,400 is my next key area of interest, which is the previous all-time highs. Okay. So we have that. So let's wait and see how price gets to react to that. So remember how I usually trade based off supply and demand. Now this month I'll be having a masterclass on supply and demand from on the 19th and 20th of December. So make sure to, for those who are willing and interested, make sure to register to join in. And for you to get more information about how I usually get to look at markets, I have the public blog here. You can always check it out. That is chasecapitalke.blogspot.com. Go through these videos and analysis that I usually share on the various sentiments right here. Okay. Then you also have the private Discord. So this is where I usually share analysis and insights with members of the Chase Capital community. So currently we are about 40, about 41 of us, 41 members of the community. So this is where I actively share my insights and in-depth analysis with the members of the community. Okay. So with that, guys, I'd like to wish you all a very, very great day ahead in the start of the new month as we get into the dirty December, into the enjoyment December. I'd like to wish you all a very fruitful, productive, and amazing week and also month of December. So cheers, everyone, and have an amazing one ahead. See you on the next one.